Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. So today we're tackling something I think we all secretly want but totally dread actually executing, right? Upgrading to a smart home. But listen, you really don't need to rip up your drywall or decipher some crazy complex wiring diagram to pull this off. Based on some absolutely fantastic recent tech reviews, creating a smarter space is completely doable. No electrician, no grueling weekend labor required.
Which, of course, brings us to the massive elephant in the room. Can you actually make your home smarter without blowing a massive renovation budget? I mean, you see these incredible fully automated setups online, you get a massive wave of sticker shock, and you just immediately go back to your old dumb keys. But what if we could bypass all of that entirely? Well, guess what? We absolutely can. Today, we're going to take a virtual tour through a home upgraded with just 5 specific products. Every single one on this list comes in under $250, and the absolute best part? 0 electricians required. Whether you're renting an apartment right now or you own your house, these are super accessible, low-barrier upgrades. They each do one specific job incredibly well, and trust me, they add up to a massive shift in how you actually experience your living space every day. Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1. Securing the front door. We're looking at the Deslock K140 Plus Smart Lock. Imagine we're walking right up to the front door of our virtual home tour. You know, your front door is kind of the natural starting point for a smarter home. And right out of the gate, let's anchor ourselves with the price of this Deslock Smart Lock. $170. Seriously, for a high-tech smart lock, that is incredibly budget-friendly. We aren't talking about throwing thousands of dollars at a custom security installation here. This is a super straightforward, highly approachable price point to solve literally one of the most annoying daily problems: fumbling around for your keys when your hands are full of groceries.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the actual tech driving the lock. If you've ever used a traditional fingerprint smart lock, you totally know the struggle, right? Dry skin, a bit of rain, dirty hands, and the scanner just completely fails. It's incredibly frustrating. But the Deslock uses palm vein technology. It actually reads the unique vein patterns beneath your skin. Since it's contact-free, it's just far more reliable. It even includes this liveness detection technology so no one can spoof the system. It brilliantly hits the nail on the head and solves all those classic biometric pain points.
And honestly, the convenience factors just keep stacking up with this thing. It's got built-in Wi-Fi, meaning you don't have to go out and buy or set up some clunky separate smart hub just to check on it remotely. It's powered by this massive 10,000 milliamp hour rechargeable battery that literally lasts for months, so you're not constantly doing maintenance. Need to let a friend in? You've got a keypad, an app, voice control, and yeah, even a traditional backup key if you want it. Plus, if it somehow completely dies, there's a USB-C port for emergency power. The point is, you'll never have to drive halfway to work, panic, and wonder, wait, did I leave the front door unlocked? Ever again. You literally just check your phone.
All right, moving on to Section 2, Easy Outdoor Security Cameras. Securing the perimeter.
So let's step off the front porch and take a look at the yard. You know, securing the perimeter used to mean drilling these massive holes right through your siding just to run power cables. No thanks. Today we want total security without a single wire in sight. Now what's really interesting about this slide is how we're comparing 2 totally different approaches to wire-free, solar-powered security. Up top we have the Reolink Solar Floodlight. At just $88, it gives you a wide 150-degree 2K lens, but its real superpower? Those 1,000 lumen dual floodlights that totally light up your driveway. Then on the bottom, we have the Topo C6075D. Now it's a bit of a bigger investment at $230, but it uniquely pairs a fixed 169-degree ultra-wide lens with a secondary motorized 360-degree auto-tracking lens. So one lens watches the whole yard, while the other physically moves to follow whatever is walking past. It's almost like having a tiny security guard, and both are powered entirely by the sun and their own built-in batteries.
But here is the absolute major financial takeaway for both of these incredible camera systems. They actually keep your costs down after you buy them. Both feature AI-powered detection, meaning they can actually tell the difference between a person, a car, or just, your neighbor's cat. So you aren't going to get 50 annoying phone notifications just because a tree branch blew in the wind. And even better, they both support local micro SD storage up to 512 gigabytes. That means absolutely 0 required monthly cloud subscription fees. You own the hardware, and you own your footage.
Okay, back inside. Section 3, Transforming Rooms with Light. We're talking about the Govee Ceiling Light Ultra.
All right, let's head into the living room of our virtual tour. We're definitely shifting gears here. We've talked a lot about utility and security, but what about the actual atmosphere of your home? At $250, this Govee light is definitely the highest priced item on our tour today. But as you'll see, we are going to very easily justify that cost.
Because this isn't just a replacement for some boring basic overhead light bulb, it's a highly multifunctional smart device. And it installs exactly like a standard light fixture. So again, totally zero electricians needed.
I just love this quote from the source material. They said this light actually changes the room. It transforms what is usually an overlooked, purely practical fixture into a massive decorative focal point. Just imagine dimming the lights to this cinematic, animated glow for a movie night, or shifting to vibrant, themed colors if you're throwing a party, and then right back to crisp, bright white for reading a book. It fundamentally alters the whole mood of your living space, literally, with just a few taps on your phone.
And here's the tech that makes that magic happen. It features a stunning 1616-pixel lighting matrix, which means you can actually display detailed, screen-like animated patterns, not just basic solid colors. But when you need it to be practical, it pumps out up to 5,000 lumens of brightness. It also features this brilliant day sync system that automatically adjusts the brightness and the color temperature throughout the day to perfectly match natural light. Oh, and for the smart home enthusiasts out there, it fully supports Matter, Alexa, Google Home, and SmartThings. You get all of that just by swapping out a regular old ceiling light. It's kind of wild.
Moving right along. Section 4, powering your workspace with the Anker Nano Power Strip.
Let's move to the final stop on our virtual home tour, the home office desk. Because if there's one universal frustration I think we all share, it is cable clutter. Seriously, we all have that horrible, tangled mess of charging bricks and extension cords just hiding under our desks. Well, coming in at a very reasonable $70, this Anker Power Strip is just an incredibly utilitarian gadget. It's not flashy like an animated ceiling light, sure, but in terms of daily, purely functional organization, this might honestly be the best money you spend on your workspace. So, the crucial point is this. It physically clamps directly to the edge of your desk. No more awkwardly crawling around on the floor to plug in your laptop. It offers a dual-zone design with 6 AC outlets and, crucially, built-in GAN-powered USB charging. The 2 USB-C ports can deliver up to 70 watts of power, meaning you can fast-charge your modern laptop without even needing its giant bulky power brick. Add in 2 USB-A ports and 1,500 joule surge protection, and you've completely eliminated cable clutter, all while keeping your expensive gear perfectly safe. A real game changer.
And finally, Section 5, the accessible smart home. Let's bring it all together.
And that brings us to the end of our virtual tour. Let's just take a step back for a second and bring this all together. What we've seen today really proves that building a smarter, highly connected home is incredibly attainable. You absolutely do not need a massive, stressful renovation. By just focusing on specific, low-barrier upgrades, like a lock, a camera, a light, and a power strip, you can completely modernize your living space. As our sources pointed out, these gadgets don't require deep commitments or complicated, headache-inducing installations. But when you add them all up, they handle specific parts of your daily routine so well that they create a home that is fundamentally more aware, vastly more convenient, and frankly, just a little bit harder to leave behind. You're basically buying peace of mind and daily ease.
Which leaves us with one final exciting thought. If you really don't need to rip open your walls to run wires, and you definitely don't need absolute wealth to afford these upgrades, what is stopping you from starting your smart home today? Seriously, pick just one corner of your life you want to make easier and just go for it. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope you're feeling inspired to upgrade your own space smartly. I'll catch you next time.